Can TRT help in the battle against the feminization of our society? And the second question relating to this, why is testosterone given more easily to women that want to transition into man than TRT for men experiencing OT symptoms?
See, now we're getting into a political conversation. Why? Because this is the world we live in today. This is just the nature of the world. Masculinity, the word toxic masculinity, okay, this is crazy to think about. I've never thought in my life that I would hear the word toxic and masculinity as a compound word. They don't belong in the same sentence. What is so toxic about being a man? The first human ever created, if you believe in the Bible, Adam was a man. What makes him toxic? What makes me toxic? What makes any of us toxic for being men? Should we become more feminine? There's nothing wrong with having a feminine side, if you want to call it that, being sensitive, being emotional, expressing your feelings. That doesn't make you less of a man. It just makes you human. But what is so wrong about being masculine? There are specific things that make a man, and this is in our DNA. This is biology. This isn't up to us. This isn't up to our determination. You know, I have an X chromosome and I have a Y chromosome. I was born that way. There's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could inject to change it. I can give myself androgen deprivation therapy. I can take all the estrogens in the world and I could do whatever I want. I could get breast implants and grow my hair, and I still have an X and a Y chromosome. So no matter how many body parts I cut off, I'm always going to be a man. And that's just a fact of the matter, biologically speaking. And this isn't a political debate. This isn't about opinion. This is just scientific fact. So why is it so bad for a man to be masculine, but it's so accepted for a man to be feminine? Why isn't everything accepted? It's individual freedoms. And you can't claim on one hand that you want a freedom and then restrict someone else's freedom, because that by definition is not freedom anymore. So it's either freedom for everyone or freedom for no one. And if we're going to preach any sort of a freedom, you have to respect everyone else, as long as they're not harming you. And I frankly don't care what you do in your own living room or who you with, and I don't care what kind of drugs you do, as long as you're not out there on a rampage hurting people or coming into my circle with it. It doesn't impact me. So at the end of the day, there's a big political push worldwide now of acceptance, which I'm all for, but acceptance does not mean that you accept one and not the other. You can't have it both ways, because you can't oppress in the same sentence as you accept. So if you're going to say masculinity is toxic, you got to self-assess and figure out what the heck is bothering you so much about men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm 100% there with you.